Listen, call it whatever you want, whatever style, whatever type of landscape photography, whatever style and type of photography, minimalism, simplistic, whatever. It's my style, or it's my preference, really. Absolutely glorious conditions. I'm at the side of Ullswater in the Lake District. The assignment today is to keep it to black and white only photography, and to keep it as minimalist as possible. So bearing in mind positioning the elements in the frame to make it as a simple frame as possible. We will see, because as you know, nature doesn't always lend us a helping hand, as opposed to the more urban scenes where, let's say, the geometrical shapes, the patterns are more in abundance in places like the city. You got your lines, your horizontals, diagonals, they're easier to find. Whereas, as I say, in nature, the countryside, rural scenes, they don't present themselves to us. So what we've got to do is to take our time and search and look around. And that is the plan. Something I've not done for a while is take a bit longer with my compositions. Now, to help me along, well, I believe it will help me along, excuse the traffic on a busy road. To help me along is a choice of lens. Now, I've treated myself basically. You've got to do, haven't you? Treat myself to a new lens. Not an expensive lens. In fact, it's probably I think, cheapest Canon RF lens on the market. And that's the 50mm, commonly known as the Nifty 50. I had one of these when I was non-mirrorless, the EF version. This cost me around £200. I think the EF version cost me about £80. Anyway, this will help me simplify my compositions, because it's not a wide angle and it's not a telephoto angle as well, lens as well. It's more of a mid-range, and it will help me, hopefully. So, first scene today is the light shining on the trees, the fell tops. And you got the shadows as well. So that is in black and white. The shadows are diagonal lines leading across the foreground, and the lights illuminate the trees. Beautiful stuff. Now also, I do like the high contrast. Preference is high contrast black and white, which you will know if you follow my channel. However, with the R6, it doesn't have the option to meter with the highlights as opposed to the GR3. So what it does have, however, and I'm sure a lot of your cameras as well, is spot metering. So what that means is I will have to meter for the brightest part of the scene, lock that exposure, and then reposition if needed. So that's what I've done. So here's a couple, the first shots of the morning session, and I'll talk to you in a bit of my intentions today. It's going to be a good one. I'm going to take advantage of these icy conditions. So I'm now heading onto the fells. I basically parked at the side of Ullswater, Glencoyne, walked part of the Ullswater way, and now we're going to join this path, which will take me to my destination for the day. It's a destination I originally went to when I first started the channel. So we're talking, 6-7 years ago, I guess. Last time I was at this place, and then, like it is going to be today, we had wintry conditions, and that's where I want to practice some of this minimalist photography. The place we're going to is called Red Tarn. It just sits just below Helvellyn. I'm not going to ascend Helvellyn today. I'm just going to focus on Red Tarn, and I'm going to be looking at the patterns, formations. There's some nice array of rocks up there, but keeping it as simple as possible using the 50mm lens, and as I said before, black and white. We shall see. We shall see what we get. I'm going to spend a little bit of time there. It's going to be cold, very cold. Well, I hope it's going to be cold, because it's cold, you've got better icy conditions. It only sees part sun, does Red Tarn at this time of year. So the sun rises more or less southeast. So my guess is it only gets a bit of sunlight, maybe 1-2 hours a day, if that, because it sits in the shadows of Striding Edge. So hopefully we'll get some nice icy conditions, as I say, get some nice patterns and formations. So, without further ado, let's make our way up. It's beautiful light. I've already taken some shots along the way. It's difficult keeping it minimalist, it really is. Because for me, minimalist is frames with no more than 3 elements in the scene, and that's, as I said before, it's easier to get a minimalist shot in more urban environment than it is in the open fells, because there's lots of distractions to play around with. So today, hopefully I'll get some nice photography. If it fits under the bill of minimalist, so be it. If not, at least we'll come up with some nice images. Come on then. I just had to stop at this scene. You've got the beck, the icy beck, running up to the fells beyond the Cat's Eye Cam, and also I believe it's Lower Man, which is part of Helvellyn. But what I'm really attracted to is that shaft of light coming down from the fell, creating that lovely diagonal. I've actually exposed for the sky and some clouds just in the peak of the V. So I've taken a few frames, including the beck. I've actually exposed for the cloud, which is the highest, the highlight of the scene. It's really giving me a lovely ambient effect, really bringing that highlighted shaft of light. So it's just a play of diagonals. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I have got, in addition to the lens, I've also brought the telephoto, the 100-400. I'm really tempted to get it out and focus on that. In fact, I'm gonna, why not? Just zoom in on that create a little square maybe. And also there's some patterns, maybe, I say pattern formations in the ice. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Oh. So we're nearly there. Just see Striding Edge appear. Now, I still won't put the micro spikes on because the ground's pretty hard. It's not icy. Every now and then there's a patch like that one. But I'm sure once we enter the bowl of Red Tarn, yeah, I might have to put them on. I've been taking some shots as I walk up the path. The beauty with winter is that the sun doesn't rise as much above the horizon, and that in return casts some beautiful shadows. That's basically what I've been playing with. Looking towards Whiteside, Hartside, and that's where the light is, you can see. But by really bringing the exposure down, i.e. metering for the highlights, I've been making use of the shapes that the shadows have casted. And every now and then there's a cloud as well which comes into frame, which adds that interest. So yeah, basically continuing on with the theme of high contrast black and white photography, making use of the spot metering in the camera. Right, beautiful ice formations already side of the back. Right, here we go. Red Tarn. There we go, the mighty Helvellyn. Such a wonderful mountain. There's still orchids on the top of Striding Edge. Very icy, very precarious. I saw the sun, I saw this rock. That's a decent rock to lean on. There's something to eat. Just over the brow is Red Tarn. Can't quite see it, but as you see there, it's all in shadow, right here. So there'll be lots and lots of ice to play with. Oh, beautiful day. No wind as well. So I'm just eyeing up some options. I want to use that band of light there. That would be nice. Some nice patterns here. Something like that. Exposing for the highlights, for the lights basically on the fell. And then I'll lock it. Now with a 50mm I've got to be conscious of sharpness basically, front to back sharpness. I'm not going to photo stack, that's the work for the devil. Sorry. It's something I've never done. I might have tested it once, but it's not for me. You need that natural fall off. But having said that, I don't want too much fall off, so I need to be conscious. I'm going to focus on the first rock. At the moment in time, I'm taking the majority of my shots with a background rather than getting up close. That's fine, that's fine. This, for instance, I love this sweeping curve, using this rock here in the foreground as an anchor. Of course, you've got the contrasted light in the background. There's lots of patterns, but it's getting to them. It's getting to them, obviously making a decent composition. Minimalism? Not really. It's quite difficult. When I say difficult, with true minimalism, you really want to reduce the elements. I said before, so no more than 3 elements in the scene. There's lots going on here. I try to simplify it as much as I can. But yeah, so I just got a warning. My battery is going. That's another thing about cold weather. Batteries don't last, so I've got to charge it. Okay, it's been fun, to say the least. I've got a fair few shots. It's wonderful what spot metering does. It just renders what you see into a different world altogether. Really creates that mood. Listen, call it whatever you want, whatever style, whatever type of landscape photography, whatever style and type of photography, minimalism, simplistic, whatever. It's my style, it's my preference, really. And that's what it's all about, finding your preference, finding what works for you, finding what pleases you, really. I've experimented, shot quite a few images, as I say, some are more abstract than others. I think, to be fair, the best of the bunch is going to be the more traditional landscape shot, whatever that is. Why put a label to it? I've enjoyed it. I hope you do enjoy the final gallery as well. I'm getting cold. My fingers are getting very, a bit numb. You can't hang around in places like this. It's very cold. So I'm going to pack away, have a coffee, get warmed up, and then I'm going to hike back. Really good photography session, and that's what it's all been about today. No summit, all being about experimenting with black and white photography and shot in JPEGs. So straight from the camera. What you're going to see is images, minimal editing, probably crop a few, but yeah, there you go. Based on my last video where I asked the question, do we still use RAW? A vast majority said no. However, there are some that still use RAW, and I get it. There's still some that enjoy the whole process of post-processing, and I get it. It really is. Whatever takes your fancy, whatever you enjoy. Anyway, until next time, enjoy the gallery. Take good care of yourself. Bye-bye for now.